Hello, you may call me the spirit of Elysia, the place of those most favored by the gods, also known as the Elysian Fields. And no, we're not talking of those infamous Greek gods who dwell on the fabled Mount Olympus. We're talking of those lesser-known ones who inhabit the not-so-fabled forest of Lord Pan, master of the revel and the dim, and his beautiful wood nymphs, in particular Queen Ceres. It is they who figure most prominently in what tale spinners and historians recall as a legendary run by a young foot courier named Phidippides, whose heroic trek from the battlefield of Marathon to the ancient city of Athens would greatly impact Greek and Persian history, and the history of all civilization as well. Even modern tale spinners have delved into this remarkable saga. Most recently, one, Nicholas Checker, whose stage play Run to Elysia, dressed in the beautiful music and lyrics of one, Rick Spencer, resurrected the Greek foot courier's bold exploits from a premiere at the Eugene O'Neill Theatre that captivated audiences. Both a screenplay and a novel have begun to emerge. But first, let this song from the play give testament to that Greek footrunner's bold exploit and how he resisted temptation despite the strength of Pan's temptation in the sweet Elysian fields. Lay down your burden, cast off your worries, you have come to Elysia. Your journey is over, rest here forever in the shade of the woodland, here in the fields of Elysia. All worldly things will eventually crumble. You have come to Elysia. Your journey is over. Athens will fall one day, with or without you, here in the fields of Elysia. What does it matter what becomes of the shell? You have come to Elysia. Your journey is over, when here is eternal rest for your soul, here in the fields of Elysia. There is no pain here, and no one can harm you. You have come to Elysia. Your journey is over. Here is all peace. Here is no failure, here in the fields of Elysia. So with us you can remain here and no further. You have come to Elysia. Your journey is over. You can do it, young runner, here in the fields of Elysia. You can do it, young runner, here in the fields of Elysia. Well, with that sort of temptation, who wouldn't abandon a grueling trial that could lead to an even more grueling death? Why, none other than Phidippides. Let us first understand why he even chose to run a torturous 26 miles over hills and plains through brooding forests in 100-degree blistering hot weather, barely any water to drink, and the way packed with dangerous wild beasts and bandits. In a few words, to save his beloved home city of Athens. It is often said the gods always enjoyed a good wager amongst themselves, and it was no different with these Elysian gods as they watched the Athenian army, grossly outnumbered, trying to fend off a marauding Persian force 26 miles north of Athens on the plains of Marathon, a name history would most certainly remember.
My dear Lord Pan, you do not really expect the Greeks to prevail this time. Surely even
the
you...
The Persian tide will be pushed back at Marathon.
But how? Without help from Sparta, Athens cannot possibly field an army
large... sweet Carice, how little you know of military cunning.
Do explain to me then, O wise and cunning lord of the woodlands.
The plains of Marathon are a fitting site that our noble General Miltiades has planned for the intruding Persians. And, in the world of wagering, I favor Greek cunning over Persian arrogance.
And in the world of all gods, only Lord Pan is given to such woeful statements and lost causes.
Does my lovely Carice dare risk a wager, then, as to the outcome of this clash?
Oh, indeed she does. And it is not I who will be parting with any precious ambrosia this time, for the Persian tide shall easily flood the plains of Marathon.
Then, let's to the battle and see.
As it turns out, the crafty strategy employed by General Miltiades did indeed win victory for the Athenian army that day. And among those pressed into service for the Athenians was the young Greek foot courier named Phidippides, whose boldest exploits to that point included short runs delivering small parcels to the local villages and failing miserably as a soldier on the battlefield of Marathon. But for the aid of a brave Greek warrior who saved him, the poor lad would have been among the dead. But it was also he who sighted the retreating Persians boarding their ships and sailing south toward Athens and the other unsuspecting coastal cities.
Lord Hermes, swiftest of the gods, guide me on this bold and daring quest this day. May the winged feet of Hermes be with me on this day. Guide me through the deathly heat, I pray, that I am worthy of the trust of that great warrior to whom I owe my life. Empower me, O swiftest of the gods. Protect me from the harsh and cruel ones, the bandits and the wild beasts along the way. From the stones that turn my ankle, from the harsh hills of Pellene, give me strength, O Hermes, on my journey. Wretched little gnat Phidippides, to dare ask aid of Hermes himself, without having done deed nor quest to merit such aid as his? No. Let Pheidippides first prove himself. Lend me no aid, good Hermes, god of the swift Metadromi, till I prove worthy. 'Tis for Athens I run this day, not Pheidippides. I shall trouble no gods of the higher worlds with my wailing cries for help. Let my very run serve as prayer on this day. Then lend what aid you will, if you see fit. Then I will run with all my heart. He said I am stronger than I know. I can run. He said our preservation lies with you. I can run. I can run. Yes, I can run.
Well, it appears you owe me some more food of immortality, Carice, my dear.
What? Oh, yes. The Greeks did prevail in the battle. You may have won yourself another precious batch of ambrosia, my lord. But would you care now for a more challenging wager?
Oh, when will you ever learn?
5 goblets of nectar against your very winnings of ambrosia here.
And your wager is? What? The lad's journey to Athens?
I wager that temptation to surrender stops him.
Done.
And none of your tricks. Your will to tempt him must be as sound as mine.
Agreed. I think the lad is of a stout heart, and I wager he sees Athens this day.
A wager only Pan would make.
Now, to cover all the trials and ordeals Pheidippides undergoes on his treacherous journey would mean we would have to tell the entire story here, which we cannot. So for now, let's simply say that after 20 miles of unimaginable danger and strain, he skims the very edge of the realm of the mythical Elysian fields. And Queen Caris is there to tempt him with, behold the shell, a lyrical look at his own struggling self.
Of your struggle in vain. Behold the shell, sit down beside me and touch sweetness of rest. You at an end. Your worries all be still. Stay with me, stay. Behold the shell. Your worries all be still. Stay with me, stay. Behold the shell.
Phidippides follows Ceres into the Elysian fields, meets Pan himself, and is tempted by all the splendor and comforts of an eternal life there. But then we see that this once seemingly frail young runner is in fact made of the stuff that gives us heroes.
My Lord Pan, I thank you for this honor, and for your generous offer of a joyous life in death. But I am an Athenian. I must see my quest to its end, or die trying. Else my soul will live in shame and torment, even here in fair Elysia.
And so, onward our hero runs through even more unimaginable torment, until finally he sees, from a hilltop, Athens down below. But then,
And what have we here, Barthas?
Little lamb, it seems to me, Garanthes.
Speak up then, lamb. Have you any money?
No money.
Food, then?
I have neither food nor money, but I am in need of haste.
Haste? You do not look as though you could make haste.
Aye, you look like death itself. And we can hasten that for you.
Are you being chased?
Oh, perhaps he runs from the likes of us. Is that so, lamb?
Search me if you will. I have nothing to lose but time. I bear an urgent message for the Archon.
Oh, indeed. The Archon himself.
A wretched sun-baked lamb who can barely stand is in haste to speak with the Archon of Athens. My.
Well, seems to me one so favored by the Archon would have money or items of value upon himself. Search him, Barthas.
I do not know the Archon. I've come from the battle at Marathon. I bear word of great import, word of the Persian army we defeated.
We defeated? You speak as though you fought there yourself.
I was among those who did. Though I'm not a strong soldier, I saw them. I saw the Persian fleet. I've run from the battle at Marathon.
You have run all the way from Marathon in heat such as this? You're either a fool or a liar.
I'm no liar! I serve my city. I do not steal from it.
Well, no wonder you look so deathly, boy. What is this message you bring to the Archon?
General Miltiades has saved the day at Marathon. But the fleeing Persians boarded their ships and sailed for Athens. Even now they may be putting in at the port of Aladdin. It is not far from here. They may have already moored and may well be on the march for Athens. Hold me here no longer. I must hasten to the city and warn them.
What care we whether it is Darius or the Archon who rules in Athens? We are outcasts regardless.
Because we are still Greeks. Be on your way, boy. You have courage and will. So, drink here. My own wineskin. Now go.
I thank you, Gerontes. You are an Athenian.
May the gods be with you, old messenger.
And what happens from here? Well, we hope you'll go see the play, read the novel, and hopefully one day watch a film version as well. In the meantime, in the words of Lord Pan, lay down your burden